Getting a direct train from Tampines North to Turf City will be possible by 2032. And it will take around 25 minutes. That's right. The Land Transport Authority today announcing that the 6 new underground stations for Phase 2 of the Cross Island Line are Turf City, King Albert Park, Maju, Clementi, West Coast and Jurong Lake District. 2 of them, King Albert Park and Clementi, will be interchange stations. Construction is expected to begin next year. Together with the 12 stations in Phase 1 from Aviation Park to Bright Hill, the Cross Island Line, or CRL in short, will reduce several travel times, provide alternative options for commuters, and it would mean even more Singaporeans will be within an 8 to 10 minute walk to a train station.
Our starting point is to make public transport the choice mode of commuting. In this regard, the Cross Island Line will improve connectivity, reliability, and convenience, and make the switch from private to public transport more attractive. We also want to encourage public transport as it is an environmentally sustainable commuting mode that can serve our urban mobility needs. As an individual, if we choose to take the MRT instead of driving an internal combustion engine car, we can reduce our carbon footprint by almost 90%.
Joining us is Senior Transport Correspondent Christopher Tan. He's at the East Coast Integrated Train and Bus Depot, where the announcement took place today. Chris, let's take a closer look at the 6 new Cross Island Line stations announced today. Why do you think these 6 locations were identified?
Well, I think if you look at the alignment, they pass through both developed and yet to be developed areas. You have developed areas like Clementi, which is a hub, and King Albert Park, which is also a known residential area. And you have areas like Turf City, which is going to be redeveloped into a mixed-use, quite a large-scale development in the future. And also Jurong Lake District, which we know is going to be shaped into a second CBD in the future. So we have a good mix, right? This line, and this phase at least, will be up by 2032. That gives us about 10 years. 10 years for these areas, the new areas to be up. When the whole second stage, the developments along this line is up, we will see about 44,000 households benefiting from this part of the line, the Cross Island Line.
Transport Minister Iswaran said the coming decade will see rail network expansion at an unprecedented scale in our nation's history. Chris, much of this is driven by the Cross Island Line. Do you expect it to be the final major piece in Singapore's rail network puzzle, at least in the near future?
Well, certainly the Cross Island Line is one of our longest lines. It's about 50 km, stretching from all the way from Changi all the way to Tuas, cutting across the section of the island and, crisscrossing with all the existing MRT lines that we have today. So it's going to add a lot of convenience for people, and it's going to add a lot of resilience to the rail network. What do we mean by resilience? When we say resilience, we mean that whenever there's a breakdown or some incident along one line, people can go to another line quite easily. Now, the Cross Island Line, 50 kilometers, is not going to be, our final rail project. Definitely, I mean, as Singapore grows, many decades ago, former Transport Minister actually told Parliament that we will have 540 kilometers of rail. By the time the Cross Island Line is complete, together with the Jurong Region Line, we will have about 360 kilometers. So there is going to be some way to go, some way for us to develop more of the rail connectivity that Singaporeans can look forward to. As long as the nation grows, the rail network will grow.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos.